Welcome everyone to Normie CE training for Normie recertification credits. I want to welcome everybody here. I want to thank you all for being here prompt and on time. It is 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central Time, and we are here on April 25th, 2023. Welcome everybody. I want to acknowledge all of our admin people. You may only see a few up on the screen. We do have quite a few in the background, about a dozen or so out there, as far as I could tell right now from what I'm looking at. So welcome and thank you all for being here. Now, on to the important stuff. We will be broadcasting, which we are doing right now, live across all of our public platforms, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, DLive, YouTube, and Normie TV, and DirectQuality.tv. So it's out there. We're across all these different platforms. Welcome everybody that's joined us on those platforms also. Just some of the ground rules of how we do this here. We will be broadcasting our portion of the program, which is about to start, across all of these platforms. At the end of our presentations, we will be shutting down the live feed to all of the public platforms, and the remaining Normie members that are here with us in our Zoom room, we will continue on with some more intimate information for the active Normie members. If you are a Normie member watching on one of the other platforms, please go to impact.normie.org so you can log into the Zoom room and take part of our presentation for the evening. Okay, with that said, I'm going to talk about Michelle Blevins, who is someone that we've done quite a few interviews with over the past several years. She is always fun to talk to and do an interview with. Matter of fact, I think she actually wants to do an interview with me coming up. So that may be something in the near future where she's the interviewer or interviewer. Yeah, that works. In any case, we talked about something new called, I'm going to draw a blank on it here. It's a give back program. It's the easiest way to describe it. It's more of a feel good platform to do for the community, to help your business be involved with your community. And this program apparently has caught some real traction. And, you know, it really caught me by surprise that there were people out there aggressively doing this in the remediation and cleaning and assessment industry. So I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to get the interview going here. I want you all to watch this, take part of it. We'll talk a little bit more when it's over about how you can become involved, different banners and things for your website, what you can do with your logos on their website. And I'm just going to let it run. So I'm going to remind all of my admin people, make sure that your video and microphones are off. I'm going to shut mine down. We're going to start the interview, and we'll be back to chat in a little while. So please stand by, everybody. I want to welcome Michelle Blevins back to Normie.tv. We've had Michelle on here in the past. It's always fun interviewing her, and she's a wealth of information. She also happens to be the owner and editor of C&R Magazine, which is cleaning and restoration, which is really what our industry is all about. And that's what we want to talk about today. So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you very much for having me back, Lance. I'm always happy to chat with you and be here. So thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Well, like I said last time, it's fun doing interviews with you, and you were going to be back, and here you are. So thank you for that. So the reason I really wanted to talk to you today was I received an email from C&R Magazine. I'm on your mailing list. I do get these updates, and something caught my interest. You have something out there called Restoration Kindness. And I started reading about it, and it just really intrigued me. Could you give us a little bit of background about what that actually is?
Sure, sure. So Restoring Kindness was founded in 2015 by A&J Property Restoration in Madison, Wisconsin. Um, Kent and Lynn Rawhauser were, they have since sold their company, but they were a wealth of knowledge in the industry and also highly involved in their own community as well. They, at the time that they owned A&J, they were heavily involved in the RIA and DKI and organizations like that. And, also believers, that was kind of their foundation. And so they worked on launching this Restoring Kindness project. And the idea of it was to help, restorers and cleaners are giving back to their customers all the time, right? Like that truly is at the heart and soul of what our industry is all about. But the idea is kind of removing the business aspect of it and thinking of ways that we can give back to our local communities when it's not so much tied to work, right? So the Restoring Kindness Project is all about finding ways to show kindness in your community. It is a year-round initiative to be part of, but we do a big push during the month of May. We call the month of May Restoring Kindness Month. And we can go a little bit more into it, but we have last year we had over 40 restoration companies that were involved in this, that were doing random acts of kindness throughout their communities across the entire US. And we were really able to create quite a buzz across social media channels and across the industry of all these things that restoration companies of all shapes and sizes were doing. Some vendors got involved as well. It wasn't just contractors. So we had a lot of vendors that were doing great things as well to give back to their communities. And it doesn't need to be complicated, right? To show people kindness doesn't mean that you're spending a bunch of money necessarily, or that you're having to go way out of your way to do things. So like one of my favorite stories from last year was a company that went to their local farmers market. And I wish I had one, but we have a bunch of resources that we can provide contractors who decide to partner up with this and be part of the Restoring Kindness movement. But there are little postcards that you can download off of the Restoring Kindness website, put your logo on there, and then you just print them off and take them when you're doing your random acts of kindness or whatever. And so there was a company that went to their local farmers market on a Saturday morning and bought a bunch of pints of strawberries from one of the local vendors, and then just stuck the cards in there and said, hope you have a sweet Saturday. Enjoy this pint of strawberries on us. And then the little postcard in there. And something like that would make me smile on a Saturday morning when I'm at the farmer's market and picking up fresh produce and stuff like that. So that blessed the community and also probably blessed the farmer or whoever had grown those berries. That was something super simple and out of the box. I can give other examples, but I don't want to run away with the conversation. So I'm going to let you steer this where you want to go, but that's kind of the crux of what it's all about.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. No, just checking. I've been with Normie since 2006, National Organization of Remediators and Microbial Inspectors. And one of the things that I always come across is I'll get phone calls from people, our members, our trainees calling in for support saying they have this situation, the customer really can't afford to have the work done. They can't afford to do something. And we always wind up talking through an incremental process to try to help them out, because there's so much passion in the people that are doing this work for the customers. They want to provide the help, even if they're not getting paid or at a reduced rate. And that's what piqued my interest when I saw this about Restoring Kindness. I said it wrong. I'm sorry about that earlier. But it's, just something that really stands out with the people that work in this industry. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it would be a perfect fit. And truthfully, after this, we're going to be introducing this to the entire Normie membership. And we've trained thousands and thousands of people. And we're going to put the concept out there because you know what? It doesn't take much to make somebody smile. And your customers remember you when that happens. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, that I wasn't. I was just agreeing with you. And what you just said is exactly the point. Like, I think it's probably obvious, and this isn't really the point of why we're doing it, but this is a fabulous marketing tool for cleaning and restoration companies. This is an outside of the box, very simple way to build brand awareness, to build trust in your brand, to build visibility in your community without it being directly related to like doing a fire or mold job down the street, right? Or teaching CE classes. This is a way to be totally hands-on in your community. Like maybe you're taking breakfast to the teachers at your child's elementary school before the end of the year and putting a card in there, and oop, look, they just learned about your company a little bit, but it was really you're just doing something nice. And maybe it's putting coins in parking meters to pay for people's parking downtown, or handing out flowers on the corner, or whatever it may be. There are a lot of very simple ways to get back. There are people who've done bigger things, like gotten their entire team together and gone to pack meals for homeless people or whatever that may be. But there are so many ways to give back, and this is a good way to think outside the box and also have a big impact in your community and get noticed. I mean, there are companies that have been doing this year over year, and people recognize it now, like, oh yeah, you're the company that does that restoring kindness stuff. That's so cool. And then hopefully that marketing thing, top of mind, if they have a loss at their property, it's like, oh yeah, what was that company that was doing nice things in the community? They weren't really selling me anything, but they were out in our community and showing that they cared. And that's a big deal.
I use a guideline when I talk during trainings that I'll do, and I'm sure people watching this have heard me say it many times in the past, but I learned this when I was younger, but it came back when I was watching my kids go through school, and the teachers were hammering into them with these extracurricular activities to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
not for any other reason. And then good things happen because of that. And, when you do that, people get the impression that you really care, and you really can't buy advertising like that. You're really giving back to the community. We have several programs in Normie under what we call the CAP program, the Community Awareness Program, where we encourage our members to go through some very basic training that we have for them to present these classes. And they go and they teach the emergency services, EMS, fire, police, just awareness of things to be aware of in microbial issues. Now, we know they're all trained in hazmat and everything else, but nobody teaches them about, walking against a wall that has mold on it and things that happen from that. We teach that. We teach it to realtors. We don't charge for that. It's all free. And, it's all about giving back to the community and helping them be aware of what's going on. I really think that's exactly what this is.
A kind of a roundabout benefit as well is the morale that it builds within your team, and even retaining your people. I mean, people want to work for a company that cares about others, right? And people want to have the opportunity to do things sometimes above and beyond what's at work. So giving them the opportunity to go do good in the community with their company shirt on or whatever that may be, that's a great thing. And as people really care about that, that can be a great way to draw people into your company and to retain them as well.
I run another TV channel for emergency medical services, and on there is a brief slide that comes up. It's a recruiting slide to get volunteers. Different parts of the country are bigger volunteers, but on the slide it says, "When's the last time somebody thanked you for saving their life?" Now, the feeling that you get from that is just what you're talking about now, this random act of kindness doing for somebody. It elevates people.
It does.
So like I said, it caught my interest, just the name of it, and then I was reading a bit about it, and it really, really stood out as something that could be very helpful for the community, for our Normie membership, people in general. So I also noticed that there's some displays as far as banners and buttons and things you can put on your websites. You talk about that a little?
There is. So there's the postcard that I already talked about. And then you can shoot me an email, or I believe there's a way on the Restoring Kindness website. It's restoringkindnessusa.com is what the website is. You can also find it through the CNR website if you don't remember that. But when you sign up, we will also send you a badge that says you're a Restoring Kindness partner company. And you could put that on your website so that people know that you're a partner company as well, if you want to. We also have stickers that I'm going to have with me at RIA, at my booth at RIA this week. And I will also have them at Access and some other conferences that I'm at this spring. So if you want to take those and start sticking them on your collateral or whatever that may be, you can do that as well. We're working on this is new news as of the last few days. We're working on some t-shirts and team representation type things that we'll be able to have, so people can buy those if you want to try to, you know, logo up your team for Restoring Kindness and maybe put your company logo on there too or whatever, to show that you're all together when you're going out into the community. We want to make that possible as well. We're trying to provide as many resources as possible. So you need to figure out what you're going to do in your community, but we have all the collateral for you, and all you have to do is stick your logo on it and off you go. We also are teaming up with John Isaacson, who runs Socktember later in the year. So in the month of November, we're going, which we can talk more about this later, but it fits so well into Restoring Kindness that John had reached out and asked if we wanted to partner, and I think it's a perfect fit. So we will be there'll be teams across the US. And this is just about raising socks to give to a local nonprofit, whether it's a shelter or whatever that may be. Socks are always in demand, especially in the winter. And so there's these teams across the US that try to raise as many socks as they can, and whoever has the most socks wins. There's a big trophy, bragging rights you get to pass around. So that's something else that will come later this year for people who are like, May is like, now I can't even wrap my head around organizing something now. There's going to be organized events later in the year as well if you want to wait to get involved, or you can do a random act of kindness in June, July, August, whenever that may be. It doesn't have to be in May.
Well, the timing is right, because I believe May is also the recognized month for emergency medical services.
Okay.
And that's, again, the other channel that I will let this interview run on. And it's getting the word out into the communities about it and raising stuff like that. I can tell you that a lot of, if not the majority of emergency medical services throughout the country is volunteer. And it's all about those people doing it, not for the money and the glory. It's obviously they're helping their communities. And this is just another extension of that.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and we want it. So another value that I will say is, you know, people always want links and stuff to their website. So if you're a partner company with us, we put your company's logo right on the Restoring Kindness website with a backlink to your company, so that people know that you're a partner company. We can help drive traffic to you or back and forth or whatever that may be. All we ask is that when you do your act of kindness or you do a project in the community, whether it's once or 10 times or whatever, take a couple pictures, throw it on social media, and put the hashtag Restoring Kindness on there. My team keeps an eye on that, and we share as much as possible from what we see on the Restoring Kindness and CNR social media channels. We have Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, all for Restoring Kindness and for CNR. So we try to share as much as possible. We also pull a lot of that to share on the website, and we do a big spread in CNR magazine once a year on Restoring Kindness and showing what people are doing and some of the big cool projects that people have done and all of that. So be sure to share. It's not bragging. We're going to do the bragging for you. You know, just throw it up there, Restoring Kindness hashtag. Be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of what your team is doing, and let us share it with the entire country, with all of North America, now that we're partnered with Team Canada, and be proud. Our industry should be proud. It's all about giving back.
Absolutely. Have you guys considered any type of national event or any kind of a convention type of setup yet?
No, it's not a bad idea. Although I hear the word event in my head, like goes, oh. But it's not a bad idea. We are going to have, so RIA, we're recording this the week before the Restoration Industry Association event, and we will be talking a little bit about it on stage during the main town hall event on the first day. And then there's going to be some extra things happening throughout related to Restoring Kindness throughout the event. And then at Access, which is Alacrity's conference in Orlando in May, they are also a great partner. We're going to have a photo booth with some like cute things to hold up for it and do some other little projects around that event as well. But an event by itself, not yet, but I like it.
Well, let's go to the next step as far as giving back. I'm sure that we could work with you and offer up. We have a Zoom webinar platform that if you wanted to have a global type meeting and invite all of the partners and everybody in, we would be glad to host that for you.
I love that. Thank you. I'm making myself a note, making notes as we go. That is a great idea. I thought about I wanted to do something like that last year where it was even like a happy hour, virtual happy hour type celebration when it was all over and get people together. And hey, if you want to join us, grab a drink at 4 p.m. or whatever, or don't grab a drink or grab a water or whatever it may be. But at the end of the month, so that hopefully that's a time when people are excited, it's all fresh on their mind, people can share what they've done, and it can be a celebration of what's happened over the last year. So I'll keep that in mind. It's a good idea.
So we went from interview to brainstorming.
We did. I like it. I'm all about the brainstorming.
That
I-
was a big shift.
You
Well,
started it. You asked
follow-
about you started it, Lance. You started it.
Following up on what you said about the different platforms that you're going to use of social media, we're actually going to show this during a recertification training that we do every Tuesday afternoon for our membership. But when we do that, we also go live for the public. And we're
Okay.
going to push this out across 12 platforms, including LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, DLive, and a whole bunch of other ones, plus Normie.tv. So it's going to be out there across all the different platforms. For your people or anybody else that follows in that organization, we can get it onto your site too. And it's more than welcome for you guys to share it.
Perfect. I know we talked a little bit about that offline. I think it's a great idea. So I just have to talk to my dev team on my side to figure out what that looks like. I'm always in awe whenever you and I talk that you manage all of these channels, because some of these I haven't even heard of. And then you like Twitch. I recently heard another person mention that word recently, and I was like, oh, Lance talked about that. I've heard about that before. But the thought of managing all this to me makes my head want to explode. So good for you for.
Well, I'm not sure which rock you were under, but just so you know, Twitch is the third largest streaming platform in the world. They do over 140 million users a month.
Yeah, see, I'm under a rock. I know.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I
No,
did
it's
it.
true. I know. Yes, it's true.
It's out there, and there are these platforms for people, and everybody has different tastes. YouTube, Ustream, there's tons of them, and we just try to get the word out, and that's what we're offering to do here to help you guys out with the Restoring Kindness. I think it's a great program to look into, to get involved with, and to give back.
Well, thank you, Lance. Thank you for having me and letting me talk a little bit about it. For anybody who is interested, you can just go to restoringkindnessusa.com and click to sign up, get involved there. It's super easy. And my team will be in touch with you to make sure you have everything that you need. And we're here to support any way we can.
Any other super secret things we should know about that you can't tell us?
It'd be fun if I did have something I couldn't tell you, but told you anyway. But I don't think so. I don't think I have anything new and exciting, I hate to say.
Okay, well, again, thank you for spending time with us. It's always fun when you're here. We look forward to getting this out and becoming part of Restoring Kindness ourselves. And hopefully a lot of our membership will jump into and take part in giving back to the community.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lance. Great to see you as always.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Hopefully you were all able to see that. A little rough starting there, but it's always that way with new technology. But we got the message out, and hopefully you caught all of it. If you missed any of it, you will be able to watch it again on any of the social media platforms that we broadcast it on. It's recorded there automatically. And for our Normie members, we do have it in our archives that'll be available by tomorrow afternoon in the download section for the archives. So plenty of places for you to watch it if you missed any of it. And it's also already up on all of our 8 podcast platforms, including Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple, Google. They're all over the place. So if you want to just listen to the podcast, it's out there also. All right. I think giving back is a big thing. I think it helps. I think it's great for your business. It gets the word out, and people remember you when you do something like that for yourself in the community. And I encourage it for everybody. So I'm going to ask my admin people, or Doug, if you want to jump in here real quick, if there was anything you wanted to add to that before we move on. We still are on the public platforms here, so just keep that in mind as we're chatting. Hello there, Michael. I see you're in the room.
Hello, Lance. It's great
Yeah,
to be with you this afternoon.
Well, I'm not sure if Doug stepped away, so I'm going to move on slowly to the next thing that I had here before we go into the private section. I did want to mention that we do have this amazing event coming up in October. Oh, and there's Doug, if he wants to chat about it. I was going to tee up a big softball for you to take a swing at about Mexico, if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. We've got a great class coming in October 23rd and 24th. And it's the ISSS class, which is really a super kind of a next step class for a lot of guys that take the CMA CMR course. Questions they ask are basically, okay, we got so much information. Now, how do I actually create a sampling strategy? What kind of samples should I use? I need a little broader understanding of that. And what are the solutions for the sanitization protocol? So that's the SSS, Indoor Air Quality Strategies, Sampling, and Solutions class. And that's coming in October. We're going to really heavily promote that class. But here's the cool news. It's going to be offered in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So we're actually doing a 6-day, 5-night all-inclusive resort experience with networking opportunities, a few parties, a lot of laying down at the beach, that kind of thing. But that's going to be a fun event. It's happening October 22nd through the 27th. You can register for that at events.normie.org. And I'll just tell you that for me, I think it's an incredibly inexpensive trip. Now, if you're coming to the class, you're going to have to pay for the class. But if your wife is coming with her, there is a friends and family price that's very, very affordable. And below that are children's pricing, which is very, very affordable. In fact, I was kind of surprised that they were so inexpensive. But I want you to consider that. It's a great place to be in October to get to the beach, and the weather is apparently pretty mild there. It's going to be at the Marriott Resort and Spa, which is a beautiful facility. And again, it's all inclusive. And once you get there, you're not going to have to spend anything unless you want to go tourist shopping. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us to have some fun, spend some time together, get to know each other a little better, learn a little bit of education. If you need recertification units for Normie, you can get it for your certifications, all of them that you need for the year. If you're looking for continuing education credits for Florida, you're going to get all the credits you need for 2 years. If you're looking for IICRC, they're going to be credits there for you as well. We're going to have quite a bit of things going on, kind of fun stuff. And it is, oh, by the way, Normie's birthday. We'll be celebrating our 20th year starting in 2024. So we're going to have a pre-birthday party. How's that?
That's good. We like it.
Anyway, it's going to be fun. So.
Thank you, Doug. I do want to do a real quick tease for everybody about that. So if you give me 1 second and just shut down your videos and mics real quick, we'll be back momentarily. Stand by, everybody. I don't know about you, but I think I saw a chair with my name on it about the third palm tree to the left in that pool.
I'm ready to start packing.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
It's going to be
All right.
fun. You know, you and I've talked many times about this, Lance. It seems like we get so much accomplished when we're actually together because we all work remotely. But us all being together is going to be quite an opportunity to get a lot of fun things done while we're there. So,
And like some of the other events that we've done in the past, including, we've done the cruises and things like that, you get to spend time with the Normie members, not in a work environment or an intense training environment. You get to talk to people.
yeah, that's right. And I should probably say this as well, that this program, this trip is not restricted to Normie members. In fact, we're putting the call out to anyone who's interested in going with us. I suspect that we may have some folks that want to come and not take the class. They just want to be with us. And we've got other people that are going to want to use this as their entry into Normie. So you don't have to be a Normie member. This is available to everybody. Just go to that website and get signed up. And did I mention they had a payment plan?
No, you didn't.
Well, there's a big plus.
Tax deductible.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Mike. You mentioned that last time and I forgot. That's right. If you're going for business, sit in on the class. It's deductible. The entire trip is deductible, not just the time you spend in our classroom.
That's right.
Oh, I don't know about you guys, but you had me at all inclusive. So we were good there. All right. Unless anybody has anything else about that, I think we're getting close to shutting down the public portion here. And then we're going to go into our regular Zoom meeting. So I encourage any of our active Normie members, if you are out there on any of the public platforms or normie.tv or indoorairquality.tv, you go to impact.normie.org. And that way you'll be able to log into the Normie member section and get into the Zoom training room that we're in now for the rest of our session. For everybody else on the other platforms, I want to thank you all for being here with us. We do this every Tuesday, or just about every Tuesday. So please pay attention. You can always find our schedule at normie.org under the Normie TV link. You'll see what's upcoming and all the other platforms that we broadcast on. So I'm going to ask you all to stand by. For those of you on the public platforms, our regular programming will start in about 3-4 minutes after I shut down here. So if you are watching something, stand by, you'll get more Normie. Stand by, everybody.